Now, whether you are an indoors person or you love the great outdoors, if you're a music lover like me, you always want to take your music with you. Now, IEMs and headphones are always great. Well, not always. They're usually great for that. Sometimes they might be not the best solution, especially, for example, if you want to share your music with other people or if you want to be a bit more aware of your surroundings. But it's great to be able to take your music with you wherever you go and whatever you are doing, whether that be swimming, laying by the pool, walking in the mountains, or even going camping. And in today's video, I'm looking at the Mifa Wildcamping Bluetooth speaker. Let's get it. What's cracking, audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews. So first, it's in the bag, obviously, and I wanted to show you the bag because it's a super nice quality canvas bag. It's really quite robust and sturdy. It's got a loop there. It's got another loop there with a clip and a little hook there so you can hang it on your backpack or on the side of your tent, whatever. So yeah, that's a nice way to start. You can tell just from touching the bag that it's probably going to be a pretty decent product, but let's have a look at it now. And there it is, and doesn't that look spectacular? Well, I think it looks amazing. And you've probably noticed something already unusual about this. What appears to be a light in the top, yes, that is the case. That is a light. It's a Bluetooth speaker with a light. So no wonder it's called the Wildcamping, because this is the perfect solution for camping. On the top here, you've got this sort of flexible silicone hook that you can use to carry it around, or you can hang it from a pole or a hook, and etc. Now on the bottom of the unit here, you've got this section here, which is this sort of really rugged TPU anti-drop area. So if it does fall down, it won't hopefully break, and it really does feel well built. And it has an IPX67 rating, so it is dustproof and it is almost completely waterproof. You can definitely keep it out in the rain. You can even drop it in water as long as you don't leave it in there too long, and it'll still be fine. So really nice rugged construction. Let's talk about some of the features. Here's your power button here. You just press that to turn it on and off. All the other controls are on the top of the device. And there you can see your play, pause, volume up and volume down button. This is your Bluetooth pairing button. This button turns the light on and off. We'll come back to that. And this is the chain mode or party. What do they call it? I don't know. Party mode, where you can actually join or connect multiple units of this speaker together. So you can have 2, 3, 4, or 5 and join them all together and play them simultaneously, which is really cool. And in addition to that, you've got this rotary dial here, and that actually controls the intensity of the light, which I will turn on. So to turn on the light, you just hold this button down. You don't actually have to turn the speaker part on. And I'll turn that down a bit because it's pretty intense. And by the way, the price of this unit is $169. So it's not exactly a budget Bluetooth speaker, but when you take into consideration what it can do and how ruggedly it's built and how good it sounds, it all starts to make sense. Now, what's really cool about this light is it's got two modes. So you've got this sort of super warm candlelight or campfire mode, and then you've got a much cooler sort of a, not quite daylight, but a much cooler light. And you just press the button, short press, to cycle between those, and the dimming function works just the same for both. Now let me just turn that light off for a minute, because there's one other thing I want to show you, and that is this little bit here, which is our I/O section. So you've got a USB type A socket, and that's because you can actually use this device as a power bank. So if you need some emergency power to charge up your phone or whatever, you can do that right here. It's also got a micro SD card slot, so you can load a card up with music, whack it in there, and you're good to go. And of course, your USB type C port there is for charging, all underneath this little rubberized waterproof grommet. All right, let's just come in for a closer look now while I talk about the sound. And Look, this guy sounds really good. It's probably not what you're expecting. If you are familiar with the Mifa Wild Box, and I presume other Mifa products, you're getting a very high fidelity sound. It's not your usual sort of super warm, super bass heavy sound. It's more of a high fidelity, kind of an audiophile tuning. That reminds me, this only supports SBC and AAC. So there's no aptX, there's no LDAC, which is unfortunate, but it's got Bluetooth 5.3, and trust me, the music coming out of it sounds really fine just with those codecs. There's nothing to worry about. So it's got this really nice punchy bass. It's very tight, it's very clean, it's not overdone in any way. By the way, there are 2 full range speakers in here, drivers in here, and 2 passive bass radiators as well. I forgot to mention that. But believe me, the sound really is pretty darn good. So you get that nice controlled bass, and if you are out in the outdoors, that perceived bass level does drop somewhat. So it might sound a little bit light in certain situations, but if you are indoors, that perceived bass level increases. And if you want even more to sort of increase that even more, you can place the speaker near a wall or in a corner, and it will amplify the bass level as well. And then you've got these lovely clean mids, and the mid-range has got excellent clarity, got lots of detail in there. It's nice and bright and energetic, bright without being uncomfortably bright, of course. And those mids come through nice and forward. They're not overpowered by the bass or anything. And finally, the treble, which is your kind of typical Bluetooth or outdoor portable speaker treble, which is definitely not harsh or bright in any way. It's kind of softened, but you do still get pretty good detail. And like I said, the mid-range does have a bit of a brightness to it from an upper mid-range lift in the frequency response. And of course, that tight bass keeps everything nice and clean all the way from top to bottom. So it really is a great sounding little speaker. I will give you an example, but just keep in mind that what you are about to hear, I've just recorded via my microphone, and my microphone is not designed for that kind of thing, but I'll give you an example of what it sounds like here. Okay, so there it is, guys, the Mifa Wildcamping. Look, if you are an outdoorsy person, or if you like to have, barbecues at home, or you sit outdoors outside and have a drink occasionally, or even if you just want to sort of sit in your living room maybe and just enjoy some candlelight experience or whatever, it's a really cool little device. It's excellent. You can take it out in the rain. You don't have to worry about the weather or anything. It sounds great. It's easy to use. It's got good battery life, which I think I forgot to mention, by the way. So the battery life, one last thing before we go, the battery life, you're getting around 18 hours just from the light alone without playing any music. And if you're just playing music, you can get up to 38 hours of interrupted playback time. And about 13 hours if you are using the light and playing music simultaneously. So pretty good battery life as well. So that is the Mifa Wildcamping, and what a great little device, and what a great idea to incorporate a dimmable light with an outdoor waterproof Bluetooth speaker. Fantastic. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, Parfam Audiophile style. If you're new here and you want to see more audio content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you later.